I think this is the best farm bill for North Dakota ever. This bill has got disaster relief that is paid for, that is budgeted, and that represents real reform, because if you don't have a disaster, you won't get a payment. This also has very important new resources for energy to reduce our dependence on foreign oil, and important resources for nutrition. 2/3 of the spending in this bill are for nutrition. And in addition to that, you've got very important provisions that affect the rest of agriculture, specialty crop support that's never been present before, and this bill is all paid for. It's paid for without a tax increase. It is scored by the Congressional Budget Office right on the level of spending that we'd agreed to with the White House. They're now wanting to change the scoring rules, but look, I think this is a product that we can be very, very proud of. Well, we've got to go to the floor. We've got to have votes in the House and the Senate. Let me just say that our own Congressman Pomeroy played a very important role in this, because he helped get the funding. As I say, this bill is paid for, and paid for without a tax increase. Congressman Pomeroy played a key role in having that happen, and so I really want to commend him publicly.
Completing the Farm Bill is a huge win for North Dakota. Agriculture, number one thing in our economy, and our farmers are putting in the most expensive crop in the history of our state. They need risk protection, and this Farm Bill that we built does a darn sight better job of it than the present Farm Bill. Many thought the present Farm Bill was pretty good. This one's better. Secondly, we have folks not just in North Dakota but all across the country reeling with higher grocery costs, and those at lower incomes having real trouble meeting them. $10.3 billion. This bill, 73% of the overall spending in the bill goes for the nutrition title. That, among other things, is going to restock food pantries and help with a much better food stamp program for those who need it. So all in all, it's got something here for everybody, dealing with the food issues relative to higher grocery costs and helping our family farmers. When the costs are getting so extraordinary, they need better risk protection, and we give it to them in this Farm Bill. Well, now we have to pass it. We're looking to get overwhelming bipartisan majorities, House and Senate. Senator Conrad played such a critical role in making certain that we had involvement from both parties meaningfully at every stage of development. That's really important now, because we want to have not just one party voting for this bill. We want both parties voting in large numbers for this bill. We hope that sends a signal to the President. You want this bill, take it into law, and get the farmers the kind of protection they need. Now, this will be on the floor of the House Wednesday of next week. We reckon the Senate probably occurring about the same time. So 1 week from now, we'll know how this all comes out in terms of enactment.
I don't think we should refer to this as a farm bill. It is so much more than that. This really is a food bill. That's where most of the resources go. Almost 3/4 of the resources over 10 years go for nutrition. This is also an energy bill to reduce our dependence on foreign oil. Critically important changes to develop cellulosic ethanol to take pressure off of corn-based ethanol. And this is also a conservation bill. And with the vision of Chairman Harkin, we have moved in the direction of much more of a conservation ethic, which we should do. Those who say there is not reform here have not read this bill. This is the most reform-minded bill since the '49 Act itself.
At a time of rising food costs, this Food Conservation Security Act makes a major commitment to the nutrition needs in this country.
Kent Conrad and I have been really through the ditch with this, and we've been joined at the hip from day one. And I want to tell you, we would not be where we are today, in my opinion, were it not for Kent Conrad. He's done a magnificent job with the policy, but he's also done a magnificent job with the numbers.